guys.
That's fine. Do you also want to get high?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanted Backtrack to join in because I heard someone saying something about making you more intelligent, but also this is the squad of they're not in the conversation right now.
Can you roll me a D100?
Silas is there. Silas
yeah.
is there. Silas will have a
anyways,
conversation
my
with
statement's
you.
still there.
You ass.
Actually, do you have access to roll 20, Dorky, or no?
Oh, that's an 81.
No,
81.
I know.
Alright, I'm afraid you actually don't get anything. Sorry. You do get
Hold up.
you do get high, but you don't get any fun tidbits.
What's the mark for?
Well, the DC?
Getting... Yeah.
It's just ranges of 20.
Okay.
So 1 to 20, 21 to 40, and so on. So you're actually just off the mark.
I think the little mark on your icon is meant to indicate that.
Oh, that mark. Oh, that means you're
just
sitting down.
Okay then.
Yeah, it means prone, which is equivocal to sitting.
Should they be like somewhere safe, like on the stage so we can see them, or like by the dogs so they don't get like wander off?
Here, yeah, I'll put them over. I'll put them over here by this fire.
There we go.
There we go. Everyone gets high over here.
Oh, Fang, no, don't get high. Come on, you're better than me.
Just pick. Fang just jumps in.
You know, it would increase Pick's appetite if they got high. Just saying. Anyways.
Wait,
Man
that's
is weak
paper.
for animals.
The hounds around.
In Hund.
And Pick is wise, and Pick's not to do drugs.
Picks to do drugs.
No!
Slack is already high, so it's irrelevant to him. So, yeah, if you need to hop off, be my guest. We'll catch you next week, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
Guys. Good night.
Bye.
Next week, normal start. Boom. That way I won't forget.
I'm going into spring break, so it should be good.
Yeah, party.
Right. Spring break, let's go.
I'm literally just gonna study.
Feels bad. Well, at least we can offer you a moment of reprieve from all the studying. Let's get back into it. So, Redain, you return back in the vagrants with the vagrants in tow. Tolas is going to go talk with Lambert and Kasai about what the fuck has happened this whole time. Marika's just going to stay at distance. He's all smells something cooking. Smells something cooking. And Vaso is going to stick with Marika. Marika. I fucking at this point, like there was a name a way I pronounced it, and then you said the other way, and now I'm stuck between the two, and I don't care anymore because I'm too confused. It's the name of the queen in fucking Odin Red. I didn't I didn't fucking anticipate that, and I was like, wait, why is that name spelled familiarly? Wait, hold on. Familiarly. Shut up. Anyways.
Familiarly.
Dane walks over. He just says, "I apologize for the inconvenience. Needed to see off to some business before starting a new."
Who's inconvenienced? Looks around.
Ulysses is right. I think we're doing fine, getting warm by the fire during this cold.
Ah, my mistake then. I thought I saw a spectral apparition on my way in.
You've met them.
We have, previously.
They told me. Well, not so directly, but I sensed it. Last night. That is why I brought us here. I want to see. And, well, the small sun in the sky above your camp was also another thing I wanted to investigate.
A literal beacon of light.
Third level, baby. Third level daylight.
Yeah.
And, well, I saw the Nevios tribe that just left. He nods at you. You're doing good work. Better than me.
Don't sell yourself short, Malk.
You are a son of optimism, Ulysses, surely. Oh, but you were talking about undeath earlier. Yes?
Yes. One moment, please. He looks over to Kasai.
You know, it's
If you are making that decision, now might be your last moment. Understand, I believe all of us will respect either way.
she looks on the northwestern direction. She would easily catch up to them if she wanted to, but she's just thinking about it.
Yeah, it's like a horse or something.
She shakes her head. I do not think. I will tell you another time.
We understand and respect your decision.
Another time, Hussein.
Now then, Malcolm. What
Aye.
exactly is it you are doing here, if you do not mind me asking?
Myself, in the region, or you mean where I'm going? Or both?
Your mission seems clear based on your previous statement.
It is less clear to me, I'm afraid. As of right now, I'm trying to get to the Margin Claw Mountains, west of here. There are some potential compatriots I look forward to meeting. Dwarves, at one of their surface outposts.
And you expect not to be fired.
Their surface, lower posts. My apologies. I do not anticipate climbing the mountain. This is one such outpost where they emerge from the underground to do trade, observations, such and such.
I understand.
I will
Forgive
not
me,
be.
don't know this land so well yet.
And what have you? Where is your next destination?
Looks around trying to get a read on like everyone that they're sharing fires, and Malcolm seems to be keeping most people in line. We have a few things to head to, but most we need to give a cleric their last piece for something they've lost.
He nods. That is honorable of you, and considerate.
I appreciate
I feel the need to warn you. You are a peaceful sort. Yes? Especially at the Navos. Be wary out here. There are Hilllanders out here that lurk in these forests. Small camps, cells, and so on. They sabotage, antagonize, assassinate. They are trying to prevent any form of peace. I would know. I was in their number.
Is that right?
He nods. Until some months ago.
Were they Hilllander or West Levy?
Hilllanders. They were my brothers and sisters in arms.
I believe they're called the Separatists.
Separatists. Secessionists. We were just colloquially referred to ourselves as the Black Force, but, well, you don't go telling people that, huh?
Of course.
Some derelicts, deserters, some returned back to the field of duty. Over a decade later. Make no mistake, they are very capable, and they have a strong knowledge of the area, and a strong chain of command.
And if you could have your way over the situation, what would you do? Assuming bringing them back into the fold is not enough.
You could feel Lambert's intense gaze over your shoulder. He's listening 100% in on this. I do not know.
I've taken it upon myself to stay here at the border of the Hollow Fields. Protect whoever I can protect. But I know they are going deeper and deeper north. They stay here. If it were up to me, and I couldn't talk them back into the provincial fold, I don't know. I would try to appeal to the newer ones of them. The old guard are stubborn in their ways. The leader, most of all.
Who is this leader?
Let me type it for you. On caps lock that. Hello.
He's called Edward Valuton. He's the commander of the Black Force. He has lived through many skirmishes back when the war was on, and he has a very, very great and deep vendetta against the Nevros. During my time in the Black Force, I only met him a couple of times, but every time he stops and just sort of thinks about it. He was definitely a leader we aspired to. Actually, that might be a way. Commander Avoid keeps a council. A council of, I guess you would call them apostles, clerics, holy men. One for each of the two gods. Despite their agenda, they do hold true to their faith at the very least. Perhaps you can try appealing to them. That's what I would do. He heeds the counsel of his council.
Where would we be able to find them?
I do not know. There are a guerrilla force in these forests. They never stay in the same place that long. It has been months since I've been with them. My former compatriots that were alongside me are dead. So, I don't know where the rest of the Black Force are. They likely have gotten more people, though. Supplies, too.
Then you have my condolence for what is lost and the challenge that lays ahead.
Yes.
That being said, last time we spoke to the brothers previous to this last night, they mentioned a person who bore a heavy burden. You would just gauge him for a response.
You can't see under his helmet, but you can see like a forlorn, or like you can sort of sense a forlorn mirth to him.
Yes. It is always a heavy burden to oppose one's brothers and sisters. Family. It is ironic. I've noticed similar connection in Nevros tribes. They very seldom give up one another, give up on one another, sell each other out, because they are a tribe of families. And that familiar connection is something we share, weirdly enough.
Without it, most of us die.
Yes. That is exactly what happened to us. From me. So.
Is that what opened your eyes?
It opened my eyes to the value of one's life. and how much impact one person can make when they put their mind to things. I would say about the Brothers of Respite, as you call them. I have tried very hard not to throw away this second chance. And I tried to do right by them, the confidence they placed in me. And I hope you do the same, the confidence they placed in you.
Ultimately, we cannot live for the dreams of dead men, but hopefully our paths never diverge.
They are far from dead in my opinion. But I am not a necromancer trying to bring them back. There's enough undeath in these lands as is.
Here, here.
Yes, Ulysses over there, we only met a couple of days ago, but he has been telling me about, well, exactly what I just said. The new surge of undead in these lands. But perhaps they were always around, and we just never got this far north to find out about it.
And
Then you
they're
missed
growing in number.
Might you
Yes.
tell us more about them?
Malcolm just takes a step aside and gestures at Ulysses. He knows far more about the situation than myself. I am a man of peace, but he is a man of virtue.
Ulysses will kind of raise his pipe towards Malcolm, and looking at Redain, he he makes a show of like patting the dirt next to him.
Like, sit here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Kidding. Your day, and you go over and
Yeah,
sit next to Ulysses.
take it.
Arn is passing plates of second breakfast around. Those of you that do accept it, he just remembers who you are. Gluttons.
Look at you, cat.
Silas
The new
doesn't
people know
feel bad.
that they had breakfast yet. But the rest of
Silas
you,
doesn't feel bad. Silas doesn't feel bad at all.
you don't need to hunt your own food or hunt more, whatever. So yeah, you guys have snacks or actually like a fucking full English, a second full English breakfast this morning at this fucking rate.
Thank you very much, my friend. It smells wonderful. I hope it tastes the same.
Oh
It's
well,
the least-
trust me. Trust me.
On is an excellent cook. I think I speak for all of us when I say it's the least we can do.
Well, absolutely. Your hospitality is surely appreciated. Would you like some? He points his pipe towards you, Redain.
No, thank you.
Suit yourself. He will start digging in, and after like the first bite, gives a thumbs up to Arn. He says, "Wow, all these undead, terrible thing. I'm sure most of you would agree, if not all of you."
Yes.
Well, I'm of a similar mind. As a wandering monk in my own right, I'm on the road quite often. It's in the name there. And I've seen my fair share of the undead. A very troubling sight. Troubling sights. In fact, I've sort of taken it upon myself to see to undoing all of this, or at the very least preventing it from continuing. And in my endeavors, I found something quite disconcerting, but at the same time, comforting. You see, a lot of people in the rumor mill, they think this is the work of the gods, or of some dark power, that this is some divine punishment for us, for one reason or another. But in reality, it's just the poisoned ambition of mortals. of necromancers. At least, that's what the evidence shows. Not
You
too
hear
long
Thalen
ago.
just yell from the top. Ambition can never be poisoned. Just directed in ways you find unpleasant.
I don't know.
I
This is
find this
pretty fucked up to me.
This is quite unpleasant, dear Thalen. You see, not too long ago, I encountered a ritual site. One that had been very well used. And according to the sprawling notes all about the place, I learned that the viscera that was once people had decorated this ritual site. They were once necromancers, mages in their own right. That, in their ambition, sought to become more, sought to create more undead, who's to say? In reality, though, they were taken advantage of and used as human sacrifices through a botched ritual using terrible instructions from, I suppose, more powerful necromancers. And I believe that these necromancers are the ones behind all the undead gallivanting about the place. And I seek to stop them. Would I be correct in assuming that you lot would also like to stop them?
At the moment, they are a threat. What do you know of the... It's loon dance, correct?
Still dance.
Still dance! What do you know of the still dance?
What do I know of the still dance?
Yes! I
Okay.
knew it.
The Still Dance are a tribe that you've been told about from, particularly from Sigwalt. Aktrak, your goblin family, if you want to call it that, have interacted with them in the past, although they're usually in passing, not like they antagonize you, you antagonize them. You're sort of beneath their notice. So yeah, you have a decent idea about the Still Dance. It's very weird. They bring back the dead, yes, but they're not necromancers, if that makes sense. They're not magically capable people that are forcing the souls of the dead into the bodies of another creature to bring them back to do their bidding. They moreover conjure inhuman spirits to inhabit the bodies of the dead to get them to do stuff. So there's no real mortal facet in these bodies, not a mortal soul, as it were. And that's another thing that is different from the ritual site you saw. It doesn't require like a big ritual circle or anything like that. They just sort of do it. Out of game, they're voodoo. They're voodoo men. They're voodoo. Yeah, they tell Loa, inhuman spirits, to inhabit the bodies.
Okay.
Voodoo versus necromancers who literally get the souls of the dead to power shit.
It ain't a question.
You think there's
voodoo
only
bitch.
one way to make a zombie?
Yeah, so you don't think they're behind it, but they're definitely not fucking helping the situation of undead. That means they're probably profiting from it.
Well, per what Sigwald over there has told me, and from what I've learned in my own endeavours, they are necromancers of a sort, but they don't use the same rituals that I found. What about them?
I think our paths might cross with them soon.
Well, regardless of whether or not they're behind what's going on, I'm certain that dealing with them, or